Next tool to look at is the sphere solid. That's this one. So start that tool. Let's have a look at the tool settings window and options. First is method. Create a sphere by its center, an edge, or by diameter. We'll stick with center at the moment, which means we're drawing a radius. And you could, if you wanted, preset the radius here by entering a value. I won't do that. And we can draw again by points, as for the slab solid or any of the other axes. Leave it on points. Very simple tool to use, but you do have to think about the orientation of the sphere's axis. A lot depends on what you want to do with the sphere and what it might attach to. Let me show you an example. Let's draw a sphere first. So I'm going to just left click and drag. Now I'm using my front compass orientation. So I am dragging vertically along the axis of the sphere. I want the vertical axis of the sphere in this orientation. I enter a dimension. I'm going to enter 3 inches, so 0.25 at the keyboard, and data point. And there's my sphere. If you did it the other way, and I change orientation to top, I can go in that direction. But you have to be on one of the compass axes, of course, to enter a specific dimension. So just keep that in mind. Plus now the snap points on the sphere are horizontal, whereas on the first sphere, the snap points were in a vertical alignment. Okay, get rid of that. Let's have a look at this in shaded view. Let's go back to wireframe and let's make something of this. I'm going to draw a slab solid, which will be 12 by 12 by 6. So that's 12. That's 12. And the height is 6. So that's going to be 0.5. And now I'm going to make some copies. Select my sphere and make a copy. Select it by the top axis. This is what I mean about selection points on spheres. You have to be aware of where you want them to be. And I'm going to snap to the corners of my slab solid. Let's have a look at that in shaded view. Not too bad. Let's make a small modification. I'm going to select that, and that, and that, and that. And I'm going to move them from the centers of the spheres to the corner. So now we see that. In shaded view, we see that. Now, if you had drawn those spheres with other than a vertical axis, it would be a little more difficult to attach them in that way. Now notice in this shaded view that the spheres look as though they have merged with the slab, although they are actually still separate elements. You'll learn to merge elements in later videos. Now on your own, try placing a sphere with the radius value set in the tool settings window. You'll find that the sphere displays immediately and you can data point and place the spheres. The other two methods of placing sphere are edge and diameter. Edge is similar to placing an arc by the start, mid, end, or the start, end, mid options, and it's usually used to place a sphere that touches 3 points. Try them and see if you can make any other interesting combinations of shapes.